Ahoy, Amster denizens! Here we go into the voidless void. Welcome to the otherworldly broadcast, Hellgate City Companion, with me, Kirby Bevins, your host on the shrinking coast. We're rocketing from WNAD, the NAD, Neo, Amsterdam, Dimension. Today's show is brought to you by Tramps.com. The price of drone delivery keeps rising, but Tramps gets you the parcels you need with no guff, no fluff. So before you shuffle off that mortal coil, get a package ready to ship it home. Pay for postage, pick up, put down, and ping notification to confirm delivery in one click. It's easy-zz. Tramps. We'll take it from here. Go to trampzzz.drone or hellgatecity.com for details. And now, a note from Wilma in Schaumburg.
I told my 2 teenagers to clean their room this weekend, and they said, "Okay, Lil Cyber, is this some sort of sick joke? Like, I'm an ancient conceived during Cyber War II? I mean, come on, I'm no Lil Cyby. Generation LLL represent. So what's the proper response to shut down this disrespectful claptrap?"
Wilma, it's a tricky one, isn't it? The Lil Cybers are known for withering clapbacks that later explode in their faces. So you don't want to drop a stick of digi-dynamite only to trip over it later, as if you were a Lil Cyby. You could say, "Cut it. I'm Gen Triple L. I'll tag you in a blackguard silhouette database and bury you in student crypto debt." Let us know if that works. And speaking of going into berserker rage mode, when your neighbor gets nasty and you feel trigger happy, you're just about to crack it till you break open trappies. It's the favorite of your pappy and your great grandpappy, Trappy's hot sauce. Sponsor us, or suffer dire consequences. Will they happen because you didn't sponsor us? No. But they'll hit you like a ton of digibricks as a result of something completely unrelated. Whatever that thing is, it awaits you. It's like a hungry jungle cat prowling in a dark corner of the room. You're not thinking about it, but it's thinking about it. Watch yourself. Kitty's gonna pounce. Yepperoonie. My dad appeared in a dream. So let's enter the Cyber Lucidity brand Dream Streamer. It's the only dream recording device that won't censor your dreams unless you flip the cyan switch, and the cyan LED burbulates. Cyan means censored. Cyber Lucidity plunges can shock your system. They disorient, and they may reveal too much about the inner workings of your psyche, stirring up repressed memories instead of dreams. Remember, those memories were repressed for a reason, so proceed with caution. You might think the last thing you want to do is wreck your own dreams. Wrong. What you truly want to avoid is totaling your unconscious mind. Buckled up? Actually, I'm not ready, but... I'm seeing bits and pieces. Night falls. I'm being driven home by my dad to a faux aluminum row house in Queens. There's a tiny porch in a poorly lit proto-urban sub-neighborhood. Snowy streets, digi-brick homes. The car is classy. It's a Chrono Viper. Good engine rumble and a smooth hover. Dad's making me feel like his bastard son, though. Which kinda licks.
I'll be in touch.
Want to come in?
No, afraid I can't. Have to pick up your sister. She just paged on the Celex. I'll try to pop in when I bring her back, okay?
Oh. All right.
Take care, kiddo. Keep your eyes peeled.
Huh? For what?
Gotta run.
Then I recall someone being on the porch in the shadows. A dark figure. Could be a stepfather? He has beaten me up repeatedly for something. For reasons I didn't understand. Maybe it was for being an outsider. I take a walk around the block, hoping he might fade away. And he does. But when I get back to the porch, his voice cuts through the pitch-black shade.
I'll kill you if you get in my way. Stop. Just wait here so she knows it's safe. Don't indicate that I'm here. I'm waiting for you. I'll slit your throat if you get between us. Otherwise, I'm not here. Understand me?
Right, yes. I don't know how much time passes. Maybe 10 minutes? It feels like 10 hours. My heart pounds. I'm shivering. Then they arrive.
Look at her. Leather accordion top. Open, organic, beautiful lines. Glamorous. Pampered. She's like a digi-alpha.
Actually, it's a chrono viper.
I'm looking at your sister, Zibbet. You get between me and her. Dead.
Sis, stand back.
Kirb? Shit, you little twerp. You scared the... Kirb! What did you do, Kirby? What's in his mouth?
His hand? He was going to hurt you, so I...
Ew. No, I could see you cut it off and show it to him, but...
I guess he crumpled after that.
Okay, yeah, I was here, so those are broad strokes. We have to do something about it.
I don't think he's dead. His body fell limp, is all.
No, it didn't. Be real. How did you do that?
Honestly, I don't remember. It happened so fast. He had this filament knife.
It was a sword.
Dagger.
Fine, but I don't think you realize...
I must have grabbed it and...
Yes.
Turned it on him?
Okay, I'm gonna put this together for you. You lopped off his hand, barf, shoved it in his mouth, wrestled his arm around, and sprayed his eyes and face with his own blood. Like, you waterboarded him. Ugh.
I don't know about that.
I do. I had to duck the spray. Turn him over. Flip his body.
If you say so, we don't have to do that.
Then you cut his belt off with that thing, which, risky move. You could have just taken it off. But instead, you nearly castrated him.
And I tied a tourniquet with it around his wrist.
Yeah. You also made it into DIY manacles for his other wrist, too. Who are you? Are you my brother? Because this does not look like your work. Like, when's the last time you cleaned your room?
What are you doing?
We need a transport.
Dad was gone. I was in the shadows with this nearly dead man. It began with him saying he'd kill me if I got in the way of him and my sister, and then I turned the tables. His body got loaded off into a horseport carriage. I drove it right out toward the center of Neo-Amsterdam. The cyber horse and hover buggy moved swiftly, clacking along the cobblestone streets. The beast's feet sounded of metal and cybernetic engineering by how fast it cantered. I yelled, "Hey-ya!" like it was normal. We arrive at a bed and breakfast in the cover of night. It feels like an old-timey brothel. Perhaps it is. There's a doctor who must know me. She promises to take a look at him at once. I'm assured he'll likely gain control of his severed body part again. What concerns me is that he'd not die. He has lost a lot of blood quickly. No one asks how he was injured. No one notifies the blackguard police squad. I bite a cut in my lip, it's so tense. I'm certain we're about to get raided, so I ready myself to deal with intruders. But none come. And I'm back. What did I say? Hope it wasn't anything embarrassing. Very cool. Pretty sure I just recounted a nightmare, right? That's odd. It's saying repressed memory recall. Huh. They weren't kidding about Cyber Lucidity plunges. Curious to hear the replay after the show. Luckily, Fenwick, our production assistant, flipped the cyan switch to censor any dicey details. What? Oh, it's in the off position? Yeah, next time double check that. Cyber Lucidity. You won't believe it till we retrieve it. In local news, BG, an 8-year-old Bronx girl, was cyber-tased by the city's Bureau of Aggravated Domestic Disputes. Bad. A team of plainclothes blackguards with concealed soft weapons is being investigated. The girl's mother had selexed Boccaccio's mental health squad, but somehow a bad regiment was sent instead. Rather than enact their specialized de-escalation protocol, they noticed BG, a young person of color with cyber-enhanced eyes, had fired a laser pointer from her left eye, temporarily blinding 2 agents. They tased, cuffed, and tossed the tiny girl into the back of a hover cruiser, where she was sedated with neurogas. City council and tunnel activists have opened an inquiry, since cyber tasing can cause traumatic brain injuries in children. Zenobia Marconis, the chief of Neo-Amsterdam's Blackguard Squadron, NABS, refuses to release the names of those involved and is pushing for permission to increase the use of chemical and electrical warfare against even the most harmless assailants. She told news drones, "If blackguards don't get home safely, no one does, bolt brains." Special bulletin from Dendricks Corner, just in time for this year's ice-pocalypse strangling the southern states of Amsterdamia. Many desperate citizens down south have taken to cozying up with droids to stay warm during the deep freeze. Anonymous writes,
Dear Kirby, I got one of these open box main droids possessed by the Y6K Kofifi virus. It's supposed to be easy to debug, but this thing straight stares daggers at me like it's the mother of Cyber Chucky. What's with the nasty snarls and eye rolls from these presumably nurturing droid bots? The other night I told her I'd like some emotional support since I was getting anxious on Sundays. What can I say? I dread going back to my 9 to 5. But it keeps the digilights on when there's power. Anyway, she goes, "When do I get some comfort for doing the job I love to hate? Soothing your sorry ass." That ain't nurturing. Heck, all last week she was telling me to stop dragging my heels like a schlub. I work on my feet. I'm a greeter at Waltron. I told her, give me a massage, you know? She did one of those super light touches. I'm like, what are you, tickling me? Then she let out a disappointed sigh for 2 hours. Anyway, I tried to replace her with a refurbished Pleasuretronic sex bot. I know it's against code to host one unless you've recently gone through a certified painful breakup. She ain't but a tricked out space heater. Thanks, Meg's List. We didn't get too far since I suspect the main droid gave her Kofifi virus. What a mess. Droid ennui is soul-crushing. Sexbot keeps listlessly looking at her cyber nails and doing sarcastic double takes when she's not in sleep mode. Last night, I try to initiate cuddle protocol. She loses interest, says she's tired of being the big spoon. I'm like, that's not how this works. She's like, I'm only here for my own pleasure, and powers herself down. The gall. You haven't truly felt alone in this world until a Y6K infected sex bot gives you the cold shoulder while your main droid steals a comforter. You can't get it back because she's got it in a death grip. You're lying there freezing, staring at the ceiling thinking this digibot couldn't mother a Yamagata. At least she radiates thermal. Never thought my first threesome would be me getting rebuffed while trying to nuzzle up the 2 broke droids for battery warmth in a frozen hellscape. But c'est la vie.
Dendricks Corner is brought to you by Meg's List. It's a fine place to buy, swap, and sell items you can't find anywhere else. Like refurbished black market sex bots, no questions asked, no features promised, and discount main droids with minor computer viruses. Returns accepted, but buyer pays shipping. This local marketplace may seem a bit off until you realize, hey, that's just Meg's List. Quirky, different, sold. That's right, L-I-S-T, as in technocrat, formerly known as Meg's Lisp, with a P as in predator. The proper pronunciation has been in disarray due to a misunderstanding about founder Meg's speech impediment. At some point, her list was confused for a lisp, and the rest was history. Or should I say, hispery? No, I shouldn't. Next week, we'll be back with a new titillating tale. It's election night. The cyber purge is well underway, and your disgruntled nanny refuses to leave the bathtub. What would you do? Next up, on Attack, Counterattack with Migglesby, Suma Triple-Do, Cybertron owns our water and protects it from cyber attacks, foreign and domestic. It also administers our great state of Cryoming, whose population is the smallest yet most employed in the nation. So isn't it best that Gorp has taken a seat on Cybertron's corporate board? Or is there a conflict of interest since he has also taken an ownership stake in competitor Satoyo Sear Worldwide? This has been Hellgate City Companion with Kirby Bevins. For the time being, hold your newborn close so it forms a healthier attachment to you than the family holophone. And may the chimera's goatee graze the back of your offspring's knee. Till we stream again. Bevins. Hi. Many of you have kindly asked how you can help support the Hellgate City Companion podcast. If you go to Apple Podcasts, you can give us a 5-star rating. Heck, aim for 6. And you can also leave a comment. And on Spotify, follow, or whatever it is they allow you to do. In addition, it's always helpful if you recommend the podcast to your friends, family, others whom you think might benefit from the show. So follow us on socials at the handle @Hellgate City. Thank you and Godspeed. Screaming Panda presents Hellgate City Companion, created by Kevin Barry. Sound design and audio post-production by Dom Stores. On the web at domstores.com, DOMSTORRS, and on social media at Dom_stores. Original score composed by Cheska Navarro. Online at cheskanavarro.com, CHESKANAVARRO, and on social media at Cheska_yo. Written and performed by Kevin Barry. Online at kevinplease.com, and on socials at Barry, BERREY. For more information, visit hellgatecity.com.